Welcome. My name is Bernardo Vargas, and I want to thank you very much for joining me in Manufacturing in Mexico for Dummies. As you know, I am Dr. Nearshoring, and today I want to give you a nearshoring update in Mexico. This is going to be a very short video, but I think it will be very interesting. In the last 3 years, 2022, 2023, and current year, 2024, it seems that in Mexico, the foreign investment has been increasing. In 2022, we had, according to the Secretary of Economy, $27,000 million. In 2023, we had $29,000 billion. And this year it's estimated in $31,000 billion. Okay. It's going slow because the concept of nearshoring, I want to remind you, in 2020, and it started, we started seeing the first results of nearshoring, I think in 2021. It was caused by, as an effect of pandemia, and it was caused by China. When they closed the doors, they stopped the supply chain and stopped supplying to Western countries very important supplies, like integrated circuits, batteries, and assemblies, parts, steel parts, for example, and many other materials that were necessary for the supply chain. So they stopped the supply chain. And when we finally were going out from a pandemia, the companies couldn't produce because all the pipe on the supply chain was empty. So the United States and the other Western countries figured out, hey, we need to move out from China because they are really causing a very negative impact, and they are controlling our markets. And so they decided to move that production already existing in China, or new production, not put in China the new production and remove from China to other countries that were friendly. That's nearshoring. That's nearshoring. So we could say in Mexico, hey, the foreign investment have been increasing, but guess what? From those 27 billion, 28 million, 30 million, 31 million billion dollars that $31,000 billion that I mentioned, only 10% is new investment. The rest, 90%, during the 3 years, more or less 90%, is reinvestment. So those are earnings that are invested, produced here in Mexico by the companies, but invested in the country, instead of taking out those profits to other countries, other banks, etc. No, that number, but that 90% is invested one more time here. So the problem is that there's no new investment. So the nearshoring is in Mexico. It has been, my estimate, in the last 3 years, truly no more than $10 billion. And for the size of the nearshoring, which was, I think, estimated in $1 million of dollars, this is not even 1%. So it's definitely nearshoring in Mexico. What the reality is merely a dream. In as a matter of fact, in terms of what has been invested in the reality. Now, promise to invest, it's also reported by the Secretary of Economy, and those are $40 billion. But that's only promise. Those $40 billion has not been placed in concrete cash in Mexico. No, those are promises. So probably the $5 billion from Tesla are in there, in those $40 billion. It's just in the air. They're up in the air. So if Mexico takes these policies and changes the Constitution and reducing the rights, the legal rights of people and leaving the private citizens and the companies in defension, this is going to be more and more difficult. I think this is going to be very bad news for Mexico, because many companies may decide not to put in risk their investments and their new factories in a country that does not offer the application of the law as it should be in a normal country. So this is a very difficult moment for Mexico, because I think that if we follow this path, Mexico is not going to see any or very little of nearshoring. I hope not, but this is the update. This is where we are in these 3 months, from here until October, when the new president takes the position, and all these changes to the Constitution are going to be in place. We will see. But I assume, I think it's very, very possible the reaction from the markets is going to be very, very bad, and the reaction from investors is going to be even worse. So I expect in 2025 we're going to have, I hope not, but many variables indicate that we're going to have not only a recession in Mexico, but a crisis. That's the update. Let's hope for the best, but plan for the worst. Again, my name is Bernardo Vargas. I am Dr. Nearshoring, and again, I really appreciate you join me in this chapter, and I hope you join me in the next chapter of Manufacturing in Mexico for Dummies. Take care. Bye.